Greetings, everyone. This is Joanna from Heavenly Radiance and Universal Love Light and Joanna's breakthrough series. I was trying to break through there. Today, in this beautiful, lovely day that we've got going on, we wanted to do a breakthrough series on centering, aligning, claiming power, and working in your truth as source. In the process of ascension, we're understanding that we're preparing our bodies. Gaia's ascension, humanity's ascension is occurring. It's happening, it's accelerating, which means that our planet, our bodies, our soul's divine blueprint, our collective is being bombarded with energies and light codes that our bodies have never experienced before. The process of ascension, whether those are awakened or not, the more awake you are, the easier the flow is because you're releasing all of the densities and the blockages. Ascension is preparing the body, the multidimensional allness of all that we are, for greater light. Greater light is greater truth, and alignment in that truth, alignment in who you are as source. And the movement through life, the movement through our polarity and our reality that we're moving through is releasing what we've known to be polarity and density and those games of duality. Understanding that that awakening process aligns you with a greater truth that is your oneness, your all, the law of one. We all affect the all, we are the micro, we are the macro. And so in that alignment of preparing your body, preparing your allness for greater light, is to align within your center of truth as often as you can as part of your daily self-care, so that you're allowing that remembrance of who you and your story is and your co-creation is with source. In you know, my personal excitement that is really coming forward right now is to live as that sacred child, is to play wild and free as that sacred child, to be liberated, fully sovereign and liberated, because I've had so many gifts that I've had suppressed for so long because of the subjugations and the conditionings that we've all experienced and lived through in various timelines. And so now part of my excitement is to say, well, the cycles of suppression come in so many ways, but understanding that it's an illusion that we carry within ourselves. And if we carry those imprints and those pockets within our fields, as we've talked about yesterday, if there's anything within your consciousness that is a suppression or a subjugation or a polarity or a density, regardless of what timeline it is and what you've aligned with in your soul blueprint to transcend, it will come forward and show it to you in the reality. And oftentimes through ascension, as we've all experienced, that people will experience those moments of being completely outside of what they thought they wanted to experience, because ascension is not always living in the high and happy. We have to release all the densities. And so what one of my teams from Plutonians had showed me yesterday, that we often show ourselves in reality and the reflections of reality and the experiences, often what we don't want to propel us and catalyze us for our own empowerment with source. The only way that we catalyze ourselves out there is recentering, empowering with source. Our unique story with source. That is our true empowerment that catalyzes us and presses us out. Because these, oftentimes what we show ourselves, we live in a reality where we're constantly working the energy. We're constantly allowing ourselves to know that everything is vibrational. So how can I align through calling in greater light, preparing my bodies for greater light, mental, emotional, etheric, and mental, emotional, physical, and etheric, I said them all. Preparing our bodies for greater light requires a holistic approach, requires a multidimensional micro-macro approach, meaning what we allow ourselves to what patterns are we continuing? What patterns can we recognize in our daily self-care that are ready to be let go, that hold us back in those subjugations? Because it's all from within. Those are around us to reflect to us, are we standing in our power? Are we honoring our truth? The divine spirit of all that we are, our truth with source, is a liberated being of source essence. It desires to be liberated. And if there's a belief pattern, if there is energies from any timelines that are, because all timelines are being healed right now and harmonized into one. And this is why our inner work and our daily work, returning to center, is so important, because we're healing all timelines, that these experiences have occurred. And so subjugation is so huge, because that's been our planet's journey of all, and there's also many other planets in our galaxy that we're healing. And so it's really important to not only do that self-care, so you're releasing the patterns and you're acknowledging them through through your dreams and things like that, that have caused you that pain and that worry. Living as an open vessel, releasing all worry so that the flow of source can live through you. Your divine essence is constantly in transmutation with source creator. The more relaxed and allowing you are, free flowing you are, releasing those fears and worries because they're old programs, you're allowing yourself to step up into new programs of higher light in which worry and fear are not a part. And so that takes practice because our planet right now is going through so much fear. And we're also clearing from the collective and also those all around us. If they're not living in complete bliss and freedom of who they are, then those are the energies that we're still in juxtaposition with. And so it's really important to come to center and live from your truth. Your truth is your truth. It's not anyone else's truth. And when you come into ownership with that, that is how true self-empowerment, true self-confidence, true self-clarity, because that clarity comes when you are in full alignment, as above, so below. When you are in full alignment, you're receiving the codes, you're receiving the wisdoms and informations from your higher self, from the higher teams. When there's anything within your field or your bodies, your consciousness of the all that you've come here to transcend and experience. And this is where knowing yourself is really important, because oftentimes you're getting things from the planet too, which is also held within your field somewhere, otherwise you wouldn't have experienced it or felt it or sensed it. But when your multidimensional body's open, you're going to be feeling a lot more. So it's going to be really important to create your life from this center as often as you can throughout your day. And just reconnect, what is my truth now? Because as you awaken and you open to all that you are, as you're receiving these higher downloads of what your path is really about, you're going to be shifting and moving to different truths, higher truths with you and source, as source, your highest, benevolent, free, liberated, strong, infinite, eternal, Christic, energy, multidimensional, omnipresent being. It's magnificent, it's free. So what that means is that being okay with the unknown, living moment for moment, centered, powerful, profound in your unknown, knowing that at any time you can drop your breath, all of your consciousness, all of your light to now. If there's energies that you're feeling that you're still feeling in, elastic, being pulled back and forth with, it's because there's an energy there or a belief there that you still hold that keeps you there. And that's sorting it out in your daily self-care to say, what is at the core that I feel continually being brought back? And those will usually allow you in your daily self-care as you're clearing out your chakras. And I suggest we're going to do a clearing video next because it's so important. The clearing process is so, so, so important, because without the clearing, you can't call in that greater light. Your body is clogged. All of you is clogged, your fields, your bodies. So clearing is so important. It's a daily maintenance, like brushing your teeth twice a day, clear, if not more, especially with what our planet is going through, because many of us are clearing for the planet as well, and staying in that center, knowing what's yours, what isn't yours, sending the energies that are not yours back to those with love and benevolence so that they can sort out those energies that they're projecting without even knowing. Oftentimes people send stuff without even knowing. Most of the world is not yet awake. So there's so much that we're coming to, but the more centered and grounded you are, the more that you're only attracting in your core vibration. And if you're being pulled and back and forth, because that's the way it feels for me, if I sense something within my field that is coming up to heal, that is being shown to me in my reality about a fear or a belief. And that is going again back to reinstating and re-empowering who you are as source, your truth. What is my truth? My truth right now is I don't need that belief anymore. It's not who I am. I choose wholeheartedly, whole spirit, whole mind, whole body, and spirit and soul. I ask all of the universal teams to assist me. I choose to release this belief. I am a profound being of holy light. I am sovereign to me. I answer to me. I am faithful to me. I honor my light. I honor my story, and I speak my truth, and I allow my truth to be all that it is, in loving joy and exploration of my divinehood. Because remember, this divinehood, when fully in balance and illuminating as much light as you're able to, every day you're given new opportunities to call in and carry more light and anchor it to earth so that she carries more light, so that your light is being emanated all throughout the world to all those who so desire. It's an allowance experience. And as you're allowing greater light, releasing the fear, living an entire day, set the intention to live fully as unconditional love and light. And if a fear comes up, say, I understand this fear, I acknowledge it, but it's not what I need anymore. I'm asking this to be transmuted. I release it now. Just those quick little affirmation statements. And you'll notice that you'll return to your center, you'll return to your light, you'll return to your empowerment, you'll return to your story quicker and more in divinehood of who you are. Because the all that you are craves, desires, and is in complete harmony with what is being offered from the universe. It wants to grow in light. It wants to be in that free flow of liberation, that sovereignty. Our planet is being offered the gift of ascension so that we truly can co-create and experience at every level, physically, emotionally, mentally, etherically, our liberation. So if there's anything that's coming up in your day that is not feeling liberated, it feels like it's being pulled back into old cycles and old systems, because there's many, so we're all living and healing karmic energies and karmic cycles. When you know it's a karmic cycle is when nothing gets resolved, because the patterns and the behaviors keep going back into old patterns. They slip back because it's such a heavy and dense cycle. You know, it's what you've practiced for eons. You know, it's what the body knows. It's what the mental body knows. It's what the ego knows. So it's a compassionate ride that we give ourselves to say, oh, I've come so far. I'm so strong. I'm so strong to recognize this pattern. I'm so amazing to know that, wow, I'm awake and I can see that that pattern exists. And I can choose for my higher self as I tune in that it's not needed for me anymore. Because right now I really want to create with great freedom and great liberation. This is my new course now. And I'm going to do everything in my power to be faithful to me, to be true to me, so that I speak my truth, so that I stand in my honor and my power. And I'm absolutely setting that vibration of freedom and liberation and joy in who I am as the creative sacred child, because creative sacred children, they're innocent. They're bringing the innocence back by clearing the patterns that don't serve. We clear those patterns that don't serve us by honoring our truth of liberation, by honoring our innocence. I'm innocent in this playfulness. I'm innocent to create with source. I'm innocent to explore all that I am as source. I'm magnificent. You know, I'm amazing. I can connect with nature. I can connect with the planet. I send my light out to the planet. I send my light out in peace for all. And I can recognize when those patterns come up and I send them light and peace. And I choose to step outside the patterns and the cycles that do not serve me. My truth is different now. My soul, my center is calling me to anchor my light and to co-create with liberation, to co-create with freedom, to co-create with appreciation for everyone's journey. Because as everyone lives their journey, it's allowing me the reflection that I need to recenter to a new core vibration, because your core vibration calls in your reality. As we talked about yesterday. So living in greater light is allowing that daily self-care to provide you the maintenance and the sustenance, because your light is all you need. Your light will give you your direction every day in the moment now. You don't have to know what's coming up. You can't know, because paths and timelines are churning. They're moving back and forth from everybody's free will and everybody's choice. So this is why it's so important to stay in that center, so that you're choosing your highest and your best from your center. Your higher authority, your higher knowing, your centeredness with source will never steer you wrong. It's when we fall back and revert back into the limiting programs that we thought we needed, or we believed, or we took on from others. We often do it unknowingly. You know, there is energies and situations that everybody moves through that they carry on from their parents and their parents' parents and their parents' parents' parents. That's why we're clearing our lineages. So that we can say, well, that was brought to me by a dogma. That was brought to me by my great grandmother. That was brought to me. I don't need those beliefs anymore. It's not who I am. In honor and respect, because all of your lineage, all of your ancestors are with you every time you make a new decision and choice to step out of what was. That's evolution. Can't evolve if we continue to do what we've always done. We get what we've always gotten. We need to allow ourselves to emerge from this beautiful butterfly womb of creation and say, I'm one with source. Source is working with me. I know what I'm doing. I'm standing in my power. My truth is, I'm a creative genius. Let's do this. I'm here to help. I'm here to bring new information. I'm here to bring new wisdoms. Let's work together as a co-creative, blessed tribe and bring sacredness back to this human experience. By living sacredly, by living as the joy of source, by living as that sacred child that's so excited to explore new things. I mean, how awesome would it be if all of the children that had parents. We all gathered in this beautiful forest and park, and the children were watching the parents be kids again. You know, that's how we emulate this new sacredness. I'm sacred with the earth. I'm sacred with the soil. I'm sacred with all animals. And it shifts your perspective about your path with source. What am I igniting within me? That's a remembrance. That's a core soul remembrance to honor and value all life. To be one within this beautiful flow. The all of you is flowing. And to set your core vibration. This is my highest truth. And you're constantly clearing so that you're ever rising up, and you can feel your body just rise. And then anchoring to Gaia, ground. I am centering within me. I open to all that I am as source. I'm asking the highest universal energies to live through me, flow through me. Clear and cleanse, releasing all blocks, releasing all limiting beliefs, and I open to my allness. I am centered in my wholeness. I call upon the story that I am with source, and I choose to co-create new ways, and I give blessings and honor to all that was. I bless it. I honor it. It's allowed me to become the strength of who I am. And why we have those moments where we're feeling that waffle, because that waffle is just moving you from one energy to another, from one energy to another. And as it does, you're understanding the cycles. There's things on other timelines that you're healing, and why we have cycles within our ascension process that feel far more dramatic, because they're clearing very dramatic timelines. And so it's really, really important to not only do that daily sustenance, maintenance, divine love, self-care, because it allows you to return to that center story of who you are and have always been. The now heals all. The now heals all. The now heals all. So staying within that center story of your divine eminence, your divine power, standing in your power to say, this is who I am now. This now moment heals all. I reclaim all my light. I reclaim all my power, and my story begins now. I rewrite and I begin anew. I honor who I am. I have self-respect and self-love for who I am. I honor that voice within me that's guiding me in this direction or this direction. I honor that little voice that just wants me to play with nature and just be still. I honor that little voice that says, wow, you've done so good. Look at everything you've learned, and look at everything you've called from, and look at everything you've transmuted. You are so powerful, you're profound. And if nobody's told you today, we love you, we honor you. And if nobody's shown you how much you're appreciated and valued, we love you, we value you. You're one with the earth. And your hands are moving in oneness with all of creation. You're allowing all that you are as a beautiful vessel to flow, because you know who you are. You know your truth. It's not others' truths. It's not the collective's truths. It's not societal, or it's not dogma, and it's not familial. It's not lineage. Your truth begins now. And every single human moving into this sending energies gets their chance by the blessed gift of the creators. We are so blessed if we look at it from the highest perspective. We are allowing ourselves to co-create an earthly experience, infinite earthly experiences with new perspectives of the most creative and infinite highest truths. You know, so dream and reach for your highest perspective. You know, what is your highest perspective of you? How truthful can you be in your omnipresence? You're collaborating with all that you have ever been to say, this is my new truth now. I can call it from anywhere. Not anyone else's truth, but yours. Your creativity is needed. Your light and your love and your story is needed. Your uniqueness is needed. Your brilliance to play, your brilliance to explore, your brilliance to be that innocent child that is ready to spread your wings and just become all that you can be. You're needed. And it's opening up that pillar of light, calling in the highest universal energies to bless you, to awaken the codes within your fields, to awaken the energies and stories within your fields, to awaken your DNA. You call all of your light, all of your consciousness, all that is true for you and your highest intention with your teams and Archangel Michael and the protective angels and the protective guides and your healing teams, your divine celestial alliance teams, the councils of light, the Elohim, brotherhoods and sisterhoods, the fairies, the pixies, all of these consciousness beings, the divine heart of Gaia, the universal mother collective that's holding you so dear. As you step forward to create that childlike truth, Every moment it's new. And there's going to be times where we fall down. And that's like the ever innocent child. To stretch our new wings. As the children get wobbly as they're trying to walk, they're stretching their muscles. They're stretching the strength of their bones. And why we go through those profound challenges and lessons, because we're stretching the capacity of who we are as spirit. And it oftentimes will be the ego pulling us back into those old programs that say, are you going to falter and go within someone else's truth? Or are you going to stand within yours, but you know what's right for you? You know how you feel. You know how your intuition works. You know how your intuition is guiding you. And it might be completely against all others, because that's their truth. That's their perspectives. But what is true for you? And aligning with that truth and understanding that there will be those moments of waffling back and forth, because you're stretching like that caterpillar that's inside the that chrysalis, the butterfly that's breaking. It's getting its wings and it's getting its bones and all that it needs within itself, that tiny little precious, beautiful, delicate little elegant being. It's pressing against the chrysalis until it's strong enough to say, I'm out now, look at my colors, look at me. And why we go through those pressings and why we go through those frictions and wafflings, because it requires us to stand within a stronger truth. And that's what the Plutonians shared with me. If your story is a big grand one and you want to step up and help greater people, you want to help out, and you're doing this beautiful creative thing that nobody's ever seen before, and it requires great strength and great inner courage, you will have to stand ever stronger in who you are as source. Because understanding, with as many people we have on this planet, there's going to be those that will waffle against it, because it's completely and out of the vibration or the understanding or the expectation that anyone's ever seen before. And that's okay. That's how we create these new templates. It's all required. And also, it's what your soul called in so that you could stand within that stronger truth. This is who I am. I honor you. I absolutely do. I love you unconditionally. You're my brother. On higher realms, we're working together. I love you unconditionally. And I honor your path. I honor your truth as equally as I honor my truth. As equally. We are equal. I honor you. I honor you. I honor you. We are equal, and I honor my truth as source is. This is my truth. This is my story. I get to create it, and my soul wants to play in however way that's unique for you. But why we often feel the uncertainty, because the ego wants to plan and to know and to control. So why we feel the uncertainty, why we feel those waffling points, is because we're not often enough going to our center for our highest knowing. We always have it. Every moment we have that potential, just like we have every moment to call in light. And so it requires us to say, okay, well, I need to return to center. I'm feeling waffled around everybody's energies. What's going on in the collective? I'm feeling waffled. I'm going to anchor. I'm going to say, what is my truth in this moment, source? Allow my highest truth to come forward and show me the way. And you live from this center point constantly in your truth. Your body just wants to take a break and go sit with Gaia. You'll have some beautiful soothings and recalibrations with your cells so that you can carry more light. Because remember, Ascension is all about preparing your vessel evolutionarily, every way, multidimensionally, micro, macro, to carry greater light. And as we carry greater light, we're going to be releasing what no longer serves in the densities that we've created for ourselves, whether it be eating habits, whether it be what we co-create in our hobbies times, if you will, the stuff that we do that doesn't feel like us anymore, the habits and the habitual patterns, that's all out of ego, because we've been in that separated state. When we're centered and we live from this highest truth of who we are with source, everything is possible, and the potentiation that we have as spirit to fly and create and soar. That's why so many children, I'm just speaking from my own part, why I was so bored in school and I couldn't wait to get out of school. It did not appeal to the creative, energetic being of who I was. It was textbook. Textbook takes you as textbook can take you. It's up to the imaginations and the systems we will create to go far beyond textbook and morph it into something new. Those are the traditions and the paradigms of habituation that we're stepping out of to create new truths that are liberating, that are completely eternal and infinite. That's evolution. We're evolutionary beings. That's the innate essence of who we are. We're spirit. Spirit cannot be contained. It must flow. And so give yourself that beautiful musing. Today, I choose to live as an infinite being of light. Today, I choose to be unconditional in my love. Today, I choose to follow my path and my voice. Today, I choose to ground with Gaia. Today, I choose to do check-ins with myself. What is my new truth now? Am I fully aligned with my highest love for who I am? Respect for who I am? Is my voice being heard within me? What is my body's telling me? Am I doing a check-in with my emotions? What am I feeling? And what is that relating to my truth now? My truth is so important. It's the most important thing that I have to navigate me through any realm, any situations. My truth with Source, the most important devotional commitment that one makes with oneself, with spirit, with the creator, with your higher self, with your soul, with your team. That will guide you in all ways through all things. And it will allow you to expand in all ways and all times. It will create that gift for greater health, for greater clarity. Oh yeah, I get it now. I was so clouded because I felt obligated to everybody else's truths. No, your truth is this, so go for it. We oftentimes get so complicated. We confuse things so much because we've been cycling in those programs of habituation. And you can't see the forest through the trees. Well, just come outside the forest and there you are, you know. So set your path, set your core vibration, set your soul story for you. What is it that you want to create for yourself? Calling all of my power. I call all of my light. I'm calling in my codes. I'm calling in my truth. And I'm sending love and light to all that is, because it's a part of me and I'm a part of it. But now I'm here to create something new. I'm creating something new and I release all else. My centered truth with Source Creator. I'm a sacred child. I'm a sacred child and I'm ready to create. I'm a sacred child. I'm innocent and I'm curious and I'm listening to all that I am as Source flows to me and through me. I understand that as open and loving and unconditional that I am, I'm receiving greater light and I can offer greater light. That in my loving flow and in my loving acceptance of who I am in all moments, I get to recenter and realign and ever honor that voice within and ever honor that intuition and that divine feminine that allows me to sense emotions and to feel my vibrational reality, so that I get to choose to be that vibrational co-creator with Source for the highest and for the greatest good of my story. And in doing so, the all is served, because your story with Source is understood and navigated and designed with great elegance and delicacy through Source. Source is all that is, and Source will bring you the miracles if you're open and releasing all that resistance. Living in that dynamic, unconditional flow. It's beautiful. So honor your truth. Call in all of your light. Reclaim your power. Reclaim your ability to rewrite your story. Every moment is new. Every moment is a new reality. You get to create new grids. You get to create your new outflowing and how it reflects to you. You get to call in those beautiful tribe. You get to call in those beautiful miracles in your allowance of your story. Living in your truth will call in your miracles. And you won't feel so waffled by everything that's going on around you. You can simply be of the world, be in the world, but not of it, and step outside of it and assist in healing and soothing. And what light workers are now, we're pillars of light to maintain the open eminence and setting those boundaries and not taking on others' energies or issues, and sending that compassionate love and that compassionate light. Where we've been there, we get it. It's all required, it's all needed. You can do this, you can do this. You can absolutely do this. What's your story for you? You and Source have a story. You and Source have your soul's purpose. You and Source, Creator, all that is, have your unique gifts ready to be activated so that you can step into this new freedom and liberation. But it requires we tune in and we anchor with intention to Gaia. In this intention, I anchor my full story with Gaia, and I move with Gaia in elegance and peace and freedom and liberation. I am the elegance of Source. And my story is new now. I honor my voice. I honor my heart. I honor my soul, and I honor my light. My light is all that I need. How powerful. Thank you so much, dear lighted ones. We hope you enjoyed this breakthrough series on alignment in your higher self, alignment with your soul story with Source, and allowing your divine power of who you are, your confidence, your clarity, your self-empowerment, your divine sovereignty to come to light so that you're ready to fly and co-create in new ways that are fifth dimensional, new ways that are highly creative and sensual to all energies of earth, to all energies of the heavens, for you are this omnipresent being of holy light. We wish you all the very best. Namaste. Bye.